Hey everyone, welcome back. In this Excel tutorial, we are going to learn about find and replace in Excel. Now you might be wondering why I want to cover such a basic feature of find and replace, wherein if you are using computer, you might be very well aware of find and replace. Now, finding and replacing might seem very simple, but let's see what all features are being provided within Excel that will surprise you and will be really handy and helpful for you in your projects. So first thing, this is one of the sheet where I have some dummy data, sample data, and say for example, I want to find something. So there are multiple ways to open the find and replace dialog. Let's understand find first, and then we'll understand about the replace functionality as well. So from the home tab, you will see that you have find and select drop down here. So if you click on this, you will see that you have this find, and the shortcut, keyboard shortcut for opening the find window is Control F as shown here, and keyboard shortcut for opening the replace window is Control H, right? So if I click on find or I press Control F, it will open this find and replace window, right? Now if I have to find something, pretty simple, I'll provide the data that I want to find. So if I say Canada and click on find next, you will see it has found the value Canada, right? So in the row number 9. Find next, again it moves to the next row. If I want to find all in this particular sheet, so I click on find all, you will see that 140 cells found for Canada, right? So this is how you will find. Now the other important thing is, if say for example I select all of these, so if I say press Ctrl A and it selects all of these cells that have been found, you will see those get highlighted here in the sheet as well, right? So all the occurrences have been highlighted. Now this is very basic stuff, right, about the find. If I want to replace something, so I go to the replace tab and I'm finding Canada. I want to replace it with something else, right? So say for example, I want to replace it with USA. Okay. So I simply provide USA there and I can either replace one by one. So I can click on replace and you will see the value gets replaced, right? Or I can say replace all. So if I will say replace all, you will see all of the values have been replaced. So we have done 139 replacements. So Canada has been replaced by USA. Okay. So now if I go to find and try to find Canada, there is nothing that matches Canada in this particular sheet. This is very basic about find and replace in the sheet. Now let's go to the other options that are available that might be really helpful for you in find and replace. So if I go to this options here, right? So usually here you will see we are providing the data that we want to find, and then here we have this format thing. So what exactly is this format? So you can specify a particular format as well. Say for example, the data is same. So here say for example, now there is no Canada. So I simply change it to USA and want to find USA, or let's say Germany, right? So I'll say I want to find Germany in the sheet and let's say find all. Okay, but now there is some data here which is basically having a particular format. Okay, so let me close this and format this. So let me make it bold and some of the values bold. Okay, and let's say this is italic and the box is yellow. Okay, so the cell is marked as yellow. Now if I want to find only the values that are matching with Germany but they are bold, right? So I can specify the format here as well. So if I want to say for example, I specify the format and I want to find the values that match Germany but are bold, right? So I select the bold here from the font and click OK and then find all. You will see only 2 cells have been found which contain that bold value of Germany. So that's what the formatting option will do. Or if I want to choose the, let's say to clear this format, I'll click on clear the format and I want to again search for the value that matches Germany but has the color, right? So say for example, there is a color which is fill and the fill is basically yellow, right? So I want to find the values that have this yellow color for it, right? So if I'll just click on that and find all, you will see two values have been found. So the first one is this particular row number 11, and then if I click next, it will go to the row number 15, right? So only two of these values have been found because we have chosen the background color of the cell from the format, and because the yellow color matches only in the two cells, it returns those values, right? So you can not only find the values based on any specific, value, but also based on the format. So there are a lot of numerous possibilities. You can go ahead and play around with this format option. You go to format and you can find the values based on the alignment. Basically, you can, it really helps in the for example, you want to replace something and you want to align all of the values to certain, orientation, right? So say, for example, here, if I want to find a text that is of certain orientation, okay, so let's change the orientation of France. Okay, let me close it and let's change the orientation. Okay, so if I go to format cells and I want this orientation to be vertical. Okay, and now if I want to find the value or France, and let me clear this format first. Okay, so to clear, just click on this drop down, clear the format so that existing format is no more, and I want to find the value France which has the alignment of vertical, right? So I choose the format and I go to alignment and I say get me all the values which match the value France but are vertically aligned. So if I click OK and find all, you will see only one value has been returned, right? If I remove this format or clear this format and try to find all, you will see all different values where the France has been returned, right? So that's what the formatting will help you to do, or finding the value based on the color, based on the value, the alignment, and there are n number of possibilities, right? So you'll see you can play around with alignment, with font, border, fill, protection, etc., right? So numerous possibilities. Go ahead and play around. Very helpful features within Excel. Okay, now the next thing is in the advanced section here, right? So in the options, once I open, you will see that we have the option within the sheet or within the workbook. So what does this mean? So if I say within the sheet, it will only check the current highlighted sheet where you are. So currently we are at sheet 1. So it will return all the values that are only in this particular sheet. If you choose workbook, then it will get all the values that are there within this workbook. Now this workbook contains sheet 1 and sheet 1, which is the duplicate of sheet 1, right? So these two sheets are there. So now if I want to search the value France in the workbook, right, and this is the basically search by rows or by column, is basically how you want to search, by the column or by the rows, right? So that's the second option. And then look in the formulas, values and comments, right? So if, say for example, there are some formulas within your sheet when you want to look for those values or the actual values. So these are all the values in the cells. Or if there are certain comments in the sheet and within the comment you want to search, you can select only look into the comments and not anywhere else, right? So as of now, I'll just change it to the values. And then you have these two options here as well. Match case, so which will match the case as is. If I'll say match case, then none of the values will be returned because France starts with capital F. And if I'll say find all, none of the values will be returned because we are matching the case. If I uncheck this and click on find all, it will return me 280 because 140 values are there in sheet 1 and another 140 are in the another sheet because we are searching within the workbook, right? The next thing is match entire cell contents. So it will match everything or entire cell contents, right? So these are some of the advanced options that you can work around when trying to find the values, right? So very helpful, very important. Sometimes you might not be able to figure out why I'm not able to find the values even though the Germany exists. Maybe you are searching in the formula, or by mistake it has been changed to the formula and you are saying, or maybe just say comments, let's say comments, right? So if I say find all, it won't find anything because the search criteria that you are giving is looking into the comments and not in the values, right? So that's where you have to make sure that you are selecting the proper find options and finding the value properly. Okay. Now moving to the replace, another very important feature. So if, say for example, briefly I've already covered how you will find and replace. Now I can also find and replace any sort of formatting, right? So say for example, these two cells have a certain color, right? And I want to find Germany. Okay, so I want to find Germany in the sheet, and then I just, let's say I want to, or let's say I don't want to find any value, but I want to find the color of the cell and change it to some different color. Okay, so remove everything there, and in the format I want to choose format from cell. So you can click on this format, right? And you will see it chose all the things from the cell. It chose that the format, the color is yellow and the value there is italic, right? That's something which if you want, you can go ahead and do it. But if, say for example, you just want to change the color, right? So say for example, I just want to change the yellow color, okay, with the green color. So I will simply choose or select the format and I'll say fill and choose this particular yellow color, and I want to format it with some different color. Okay, so chosen the green color and I want to replace all. Okay, you will see 2 of these cells have been replaced. All right, if I choose from the cell this particular color, right, and then want to replace with some other color, say for example red. All right, then if I say replace all, only one replacement has been made because this cell picked up the color as well as the format of the values within the color. So as far as it will be able to find those formatting option in other cells, it will only then replace that. Now because this is not italic, it didn't replace this particular cell even though the color matched the green. If I change this value to italic Germany as well and replace all, you will see now it has been replaced, right? So this is briefly about the find and replace, and then you can play around with this workbook, with the rows, with looking in the formulas and the matching case, etc. But these are some of the very basic but very helpful features and some of the advanced find and replace features which will be really helpful for you. Say for example, there are thousands of lines and then there is color coding. You want to change all the color coding at once. You need to work with the advanced find and replace and change the formatting, choose the formatting from the cell or choose the formatting that you are looking for and replace it with the new formatting. Okay, so that's all for this tutorial on how to find and replace in Excel. I hope this was helpful. Thank you very much for watching.